I don't like talking to people. If I had the choice to speak or not speak, unless if it's really necessary, I would choose not to speak. For some reason, I can't talk normally to people. Like, whenever I would have to say excuse me to someone, I would most likely say it below the volume I should be speaking in order for them to hear me. Everyone has probably done a presentation in school, and if you haven't, you are lucky. Unless you like talking to people. So when my classes did a presentation, I refused to do it. It's just something about how there's 20 other kids watching me and possibly judging me while I read my presentation that is probably terrible and that'll make them make fun of me and I'll cry. I don't like that. I always did my presentations, but I never actually presented them, so I would never volunteer to go first. If anything, I would volunteer to go last. This was all crucial to my grades, by the way, not because I didn't make the presentation, but because I didn't present them. And I don't know if you know this, but in my school, you got graded on speaking and listening. I got a C on my first semester's report card for speaking, and it should have been an F, but since it was a grade for speaking and listening, I managed to save my grade. Because listening does not require talking. So enough with the intro, I'm going to talk about my presentations in school. I started doing presentations in the 3rd grade. We did about 5 major presentations throughout the whole year. The first one took place during the 2nd week of school. I think that is way too early to start talking to the entire class. We barely even knew anyone at that time. But anyway, this project was about that it's bad to bully people or something like that. We had to make some kind of flag with pictures of anti-bullying, but there was something that made it worse. Something that an introvert never wants to hear.
Alright class, I would also like you to know that this is a group project.
Are you serious? Not only do I have to present this to the whole class, but I have to work with 4 other people to make it. I was super mad, but I knew I couldn't do anything to change it, so I just had to deal with it. The teacher chose who's going to be in whose group, and I got paired with definitely not the smartest people. Not the worst, but not the best. I don't even think I talked to my group, because remember, I don't like talking to people, and I can't talk normally. We had like 3 days to do it because it was super simple, but when it was presentation day, my group volunteered to go first.
What?
And of course the teacher chose my group, and so they went to the front of the class to presentate, except for me. The teacher asked,
Gabe, are you going to presentate?
I don't really wanna.
Come on, just go.
No! My group started presentating, and to be honest, this was literally the worst presentation I've ever heard. Remember how I didn't say or listen to anything my group said? And remember how this was about anti-bullying? Well, these kids had the worst ideas for this topic. They drew money and houses on the flag, and the teacher questioned it, and they answered with, well, like, if we stop the bullies, then, like, we get to earn a lot of money, yeah. Wow. I bet they just came up with that on the spot because they actually had no logical explanation for that. To be honest, I'm kind of glad that I didn't presentate because that would have been embarrassing. The teacher let me do the project on my own, but I didn't have to present it, so it actually worked out.